Fasten your seatbelts, hold on tight. You're in for one crazy ride tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show. Hashtag one on Facebook. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts, hold on tight. You're in for one incredibly awesome and super cool ride tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show. Hashtag one on YouTube. With me, we have Enzo Ludicello. Is that how you spell your name?
Ludicello.
Ludicello. Okay. So, Enzo, let's talk about your racing career. How did it all begin for you?
My dad would race.
Okay. So when your dad raced and then you got into racing, what was it like for you to get into a race car for the first time?
It was really weird going really fast.
Yeah. Were you scared at all?
No, not really.
Okay. So Enzo, when you first got into your race car, after you got into your race car for the first time, how long before you started gaining success with your racing and getting results?
Um, I think 5 weeks.
Okay, okay. So Enzo, okay, so what are you racing now?
Quarter midgets.
Okay, in quarter midgets.
What class of?
Formula, senior animal, senior Honda, and 160.
Okay, so have you won a lot of races, Enzo, in your car?
Yes.
Okay, so Enzo, let's talk about your race car number now. What is the story behind your race car number?
So I shortened it down from 15, basically.
Okay. So Enzo, let's talk about now. Where do you see yourself in 5 years with racing?
600.
Racing 600s. Okay. How about in 10 years?
Maybe a modified or a NASCAR.
Okay, very cool, very cool, very cool. So Enzo, who is your favorite race car driver?
Kurt Busch.
Okay, very cool, very cool, very cool. So Enzo, let's talk now about your racing team a little bit further. Let's talk about who do you have for sponsors on your race car?
I have Burger King, and I also have Precision Grinding Rules. Or no, Roll Grinding. And I
Okay.
also have
Wood recycling.
Wood Recycling.
Okay. So Enzo, are you still looking for sponsors for your racing team?
Yes.
Okay. If there's anybody going to be out here watching this racing show with me and Enzo, and you want to help him out, reach out to Enzo or his dad, because they would appreciate the sponsorship on Enzo's race car as he gets further into his racing career. His dad's name is Sheldon. So yes, definitely. So Enzo, let's talk about who works on your race car now.
My dad does.
Your dad does. Okay. Who else works on your race car besides your dad?
My mom.
Okay. All righty. So Enzo, let's talk about all these trophies behind you. So what are all these trophies for that you got?
I got, so I have 20 wins and 24 seconds and 23 thirds.
Very cool, Enzo. Very cool. So Enzo, let's talk now about, okay, what type of racing chassis are you racing in quarter midgets?
I'm a bull rider.
Bull rider. Okay, okay. So Enzo, what is your home racetrack then?
Keystone.
Keystone. Okay. Do you have a lot of cars that come to Keystone?
Yeah.
Okay. So Enzo, that's your home racetrack. What's your favorite racetrack to race on?
Keystone or Blue Mountain.
Okay, very cool, very cool. So Enzo, who are some of your friends at the racetrack?
I have Chase. What's his?
Pancaucus.
Chase Pancaucus, Chase Ware, Chase Henning,
Bednar boys.
the Bednar boys, and the Tarot boys.
Okay, very cool, very cool. So, Enzo, when you're out there racing and you're getting ready to go on the track, what's something that helps get you focused to go on that track?
My dad's phone.
Okay. So, Enzo, what is the worst thing you've had happen to you as a race car driver?
I almost flipped once.
Okay. You almost flipped once. Okay. So, Enzo, you almost flipped once. Were you a little bit scared?
Not really.
Okay. So, Enzo, now that you're got these 4 classes you're racing, what's your favorite class to race at?
Formula.
Formula, because it's probably faster, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, Enzo, are you competing nationally in the national races?
Yes.
Okay. You said yes.
Next year.
Okay. So, Enzo, so when you're at the racetrack, what do you like to eat at the racetrack?
A walking taco.
Okay. So, Enzo, when you're away from the racetrack, what's your favorite thing? Where's your favorite restaurant to eat at?
Burger King.
Okay. And Enzo, here we go. I'm gonna really put you on the spot with this one. You ready for this one, Enzo?
Yeah.
Okay. When you're at home, what is your favorite home cooked meal that your mom makes for you?
A roast beef.
Oh,
Beef she makes.
okay, very cool, very cool. So, Enzo, what do you like to do away from the racetrack?
Ride my 4-wheel and dirt bike.
Okay. So, what types of racing do you like to watch, Enzo, when you're not racing?
Like maybe 600s. And NASCAR.
Okay, very cool, very cool. Have you ever been to a NASCAR race live?
Yes.
Have you ever got to meet Kurt Busch?
No.
No. So, Enzo, do you have anything out there you want to say to the kids to help get them in a race car?
Not really.
Not really. You don't have anything you want to say, hey, this is what it's like to be a race car driver. I really suggest you get behind the wheel.
It's like it's a lot of fun.
Okay. So, Enzo, I want to thank you for being on the racing show with me tonight, talking to us about your racing career. Enzo, do you have a racing nickname?
Enzo.
Enzo? Well, Enzo, I am the Full Throttle rock star. Yeah. So, Enzo, definitely, do you compete in any sports besides racing?
I compete in baseball, RC car racing, and basketball.
Okay, very cool. So, Enzo, I want to thank you for being on the racing show with me tonight, talking to us about your racing career, getting to know you a little bit better. Hopefully, you can get some more racing fans out there come visit you at the racetrack. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, Enzo, I'll have you step out. I'm going to go ahead and give some racing news updates, and then I will call you in a little bit to thank you in person. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Enzo. Hold on a second. Let me pull up the name here. That was Enzo Lucidio. So definitely Enzo, definitely keep a watch on him on the racetrack because he's got some big things happening there. Also, ladies and gentlemen, just thought I would come on here and give you a little racing news update too while we're at it. So let's do this here. Do, 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 do. Let me pull up the racing news section here on one of the pages here. I've got. Well, ladies and gentlemen, one of the racing news things that's come up is actually Tony Stewart is going to license to be get his license and be a drag racer. It's going to be kind of cool to see Tony Stewart be in the wheel of a drag car. Definitely quite the change for Tony on that aspect of things. But also, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about some other news here. Bubba Wallace has declined an interview with NBC and Kyle Petty, and he doesn't want to bring up the fact of what happened to him 2 weeks ago. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, so definitely something to look at on that aspect of things too. So yes. And also Simon Pagenaud and Elio Castroneves have re-signed a contract with Meyer Shank Racing for a couple more years. So definitely that's going to be something to see too, ladies and gentlemen. And then also, ladies and gentlemen, definitely on top of that, Colton Herta has signed a deal with Andretti Autosport to extend his contract through 2026. So definitely that's going to be interesting to see where that goes also there. Ladies and gentlemen. So yes, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see where that goes. Also, Audi has signed a partnership with Sauber Racing for F1. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see where that F1 stuff's going to go. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's about all I've got for racing news updates for you there. But ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to be on my racing show, feel free to email me at jjnolan151@gmail.com, or you can call or text me at 712-209-7138. Like I said, you can call or text me at 712-7209-7138 if you'd like to be on the racing show also. But if you'd also like to sponsor the racing show, you can also email me at jjnolan151@gmail.com, or you can call and text me at 712-209-7138. Also, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk. I would like to thank all the racing fans out there, for racing show drivers and racing fans of this racing show, for being a part of this with me. Feel free to go hit the like, subscribe, and hit that notification button on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show #1 on YouTube. And also, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like, you go hit the like button on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show #1 on Facebook for all the racing news updates there. But ladies and gentlemen, definitely something to keep an eye on with all the racing news and all the drivers and stuff like that. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank Manny and Motorsports for sponsoring this racing show, along with New England Hemophilia Association for being a part of this racing show also. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a good night. Catch you later on another episode of the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show #1 on YouTube. Bye-bye.